Hey guys, this is part one of a three-part video series and on this video I'm going to show you how to do the outline of a painting using the doodle grid and how to apply the wash on top of the outline. I'm using a brown pencil to do the doodle shapes, and I will be using a regular dark gray black pencil to do the outline, and you want those two colors to be different, and you'll see why once you get to the end of the video. When you're done with the doodle grid, this is what it's gonna look like. I take a picture of that and I export that, upload that image onto Procreate. So then I add the image that I want to paint on top of it as a layer, as you guys can see. And during this stage of the process, I'm moving it around to kind of get the proportions of the painting that I want. So you can kind of see what it's gonna look like. So you can move it around to where you kind of want it to be in the location of the canvas. The next thing is I'm making the image transparent. Sometimes it doesn't just work by making it transparent. You gotta move around the settings that work best for you. So right here, I'm gonna take the settings from normal and move it around because depending on the image that you're using, sometimes there's different settings that the shapes will show up better. And for this particular one, I believe we're going to the last one on the bottom. And then you can still adjust it to where you can see the shapes better. And I'm gonna do a up close view to kind of show you where you can see the shapes. I know from far away it might not seem like it, but when you zoom in, you can see them. And that's really all you need. You just need to be able to know where you're drawing. And you see that yellow line right there? That's kind of what you're gonna do. You're just gonna follow the line and draw on the canvas by comparing them to the shapes. Next thing I know, I export the image onto the iPad that I have next to my easel so that I can draw. And once I have the image on my iPad, I basically just copy it. And that's what I'm doing here. I'm copying the image. I'm taking my time using the shapes as guidelines so that I know where the drawing needs to go. So I'm just fast forwarding here so you guys, and I'm fast forwarding it pretty fast, so I'm drawing pretty slow. You gotta take your time and make sure it's done right. The outline is the most important part of the painting, I think, and it will look something like this when you're done. So then I use oil paint, and this particular oil paint has a little bit of red to it, and that's just the color I like to use, but you can use different ones. The dark browns or work really well, so I use liquid and to thin the paint down. And I'm gonna show you how thin or transparent the paint has to be for the wash or transparent first layer that we're gonna put down for it to do what I want it to do. So I'm kind of just mixing it in, making sure. So you see right now it's kind of light. That's some. You can make it a little bit darker. So about right there. And usually I don't start on the face just because in case it's too thick, you don't want to start somewhere where you're gonna mess it up. One thing that I didn't show you guys before you do this is that I sprayed the drawing with a fixable that protects the pencil from smearing when you're painting over it. So I do spray that, and I forgot to add that on the video. But if you don't protect it, you're just gonna smear the pencil when you paint over it. The next thing, one thing you can do, you don't have to do it, is you can wipe some of the paint off, just to kind of let you know where the highlights are, and it just sort of looks cool. But you don't have to do this. Some people do wipe the entire painting down, just so that the layer looks more even and nice, and not so you can see the brush strokes on it. And When it dries, you can see the drawing underneath, and some of the shapes are sort of gone because I use a brown color. Like I said, guys, this is part 1. So in the next video, we're going to be doing the first monochromatic layer of the painting. And on part 3, we're going to add color.